Thank you for buying this 119704 multimedia reception desk from Fixture Displays. These are all the components. In this video, we're going to show you step-by-step instructions how to put it together. We have a variety of panels, the two end panel being the largest, the shelves. This is a front-facing panel, and different shelves, panels, racks for drawers, and hinged panel, side panels. The easiest way to install is to follow this instruction. Whatever parts is being pulled, you put same part. And these are the door panels, drawer panels, and the drawer bottom piece. First step you want to do is to install the cams around the piece into all the large holes. There's an arrow on the cam. You'll want to make sure that arrow faces out toward the opening on the edge. There are times you will need to wiggle the cam to adjust the depth slightly to make sure the bolts or the dowel pins would connect with the cams in a way that leaves no gap between two panels before you can turn and fasten. And usually the straighter you can keep the dowel pin, the lesser adjustment is likely to be needed, if any at all. When you fasten the dowel pins, all you want to do is get the threads in the wood. Not more, not less. Definitely do not over tighten. That could cause you a problem. So once the dowel pins and cams are all in, we're going to pick up this. This actually is the side piece. Again, you see a little gap. You're going to wiggle the hardware slightly and until there's no gap between the two panels. You do not have to over tighten, just snug enough that would hold it nice and tight together, especially once we enclose the two ends. And now we're going to install this top panel. Now the particular angle we are looking at it is looking from the sides, have this podium laying face up. I hope that makes sense. Now we're going to prepare the tracks. The tracks has a removable part. We're going to keep that flush and then pull it out. And toward the back, there is a lever, plastic lever. You want to push that down and then slide the removable part out so that we can install the track onto the wood. There is a pre-drilled hole right there. You want to match them up and then fasten with one screw. And this is how you remove it. Do so carefully on the second one as well. And likewise, line up that hole and fasten. There would be another screw or hole match up toward the end. You want to fasten both. And then you can return that removable piece and fasten that to the flat panel. track orientation is facing each other in the inside. I'll put up more dowel pins in. This is the side panel for the cabinet where you have adjustable hole positions. And that should face the side with the shelves. So when that is in, we're gonna flip that and install the other side. If you have any questions after watching this video, feel free to contact us, cs@fixturedisplays.com. Now, with the help of another person, we'll gently lift it on top. Take your time to line up the holes and then work out a gap, if any, and start fastening. What you're looking at this piece would be the bottom deck. You'll see many holes for the casters, which we're going to install the casters shortly after closing the ends. So what we're looking at here is the cabinets left and right. This is the hinged panel. I'm going to install more dowel pins. Then we're going to close it up this way. I encourage you to browse fixturedisplays.com for other products and services we have to offer. And we also custom make. And make to order situation will take about 2 to 3 months. Now we're going to install tracks on the end panel. Again, we're going to remove that little piece and then match up to the wood panel. There are several holes to match up. We're going to move that so we can see the first match right there. And I'm going to fasten one screw and then work on the other screw for the end. Now we have all the dowel pins in. We're ready to close the end. There are a few wooden dowels we want to insert to help enhance the connection. So these are a lot of pins, and make sure when you match them up, have another person carry or a couple of people help to line up. Remember, the right-hand side piece has that opening for a drawer. Now we're going to fasten all the cams we can. We're going to continue to fasten the rest of the cams. And now we will be getting ready to close the other end. You can have a couple of people carry and line up. Make sure you take your time. And check every connection, make sure they are proper. Now it's time to install the casters. There are 4 of those. Each has 4 screws, total 16. I hope this video is helpful. Do like us, subscribe, and remember leave a good seller feedback along with the product review. Now we're going to work on the end drawer piece. We're going to pick up the 2 sides of the drawer and install the external tracks. And pay attention, and this should be flush with the end piece. And there's 1 hole lined up ready. Go ahead, fasten 1 screw. And also the other screw. On the other side, we have a couple pins to install and a few cams. This is the front piece. This is the end piece. You want to make sure the groove is facing the bottom so that when we're ready, we can insert the bottom panel with no trouble. Now we're going to slide the bottom in. I'm going to close the front piece. Now we're going to install the handle. And lock. With 4 screws in the back. All pallet holes are pre-drilled. These short screws you don't want to fasten too tight, just snug enough will do. Now we're going to line up the tracks, male and female, and slide them in. If you hit any resistance, don't force it in. Undo it until it's smooth and goes in. Should have action like that. Now we're going to work on the remainder sliding keyboard panel. This track should go on like that. Likewise, we're going to do the other side. There's a stopper. I'm going to fasten 2 screws through the bottom. And then carefully, I'm going to slide it onto the sliding channels. In the same principle, we're going to install the other lock. Remove that cover piece and then reinstall on the other side. There are several locks on this unit. The keys are the same. I'm going to install the drawer pulls. Almost done. Now we're going to install the pins for shelf placement, you can certainly leave that out, or once you have a desired location, you can install as you wish. Of course, and make sure they are on the same level. I'm going to slide these two shelves right in there. Now we're going to work on the cabinet doors. They are fairly standard. You want to fit the male portion into the slot. And then there are adjustments on the hinges. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. You can search, just search cabinet door hinge adjustment if ever needed. That would help you set them properly. You may not need to do any of those. And this is how you would hang the door. Install the handles and locks. Locks are the same. These are the wiring management covers. This is a really nice unit. You have a lot of capacity, large platform. You can put a computer, monitor, printer, projector. There's just tons of storage, and it's an excellent unit to have for a variety of businesses, even home use. If you desire a custom logo, we'll be happy to make those for you. Thank you once again for shopping Fixture Displays.